Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Kim. Welcome. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you'll get notified every time I upload a video. In today's video, I've got some everyday home decor pieces that are really easy to make using mainly Dollar Tree items. In the first video, I take a glass vase that I got at the Dollar Tree. I'm going to start by taking a rubber band and I'm going to put the rubber band around the vase in the place that I want the paint to stop, so it is kind of like a divider. I've tried to use tape in the past. It's not that easy to get on straight, and I can't remember. I did see someone else use this in a video, and I stole somebody's idea, and I wish I could give credit, but I cannot remember who it was. Next, I just take painter's tape and cover up all the areas that I don't want the overspray of paint to get. I take it outside, I use some black flat spray paint, and I give it a nice good coat of spray paint. After it's dry, I take it inside, take the rubber band off, take the tape off, and use some of that nautical rope. I believe you can find it in, it's like by the foliage and ribbon and that sort of stuff, at least in my Dollar Tree. I take the nautical rope and I actually unravel it because I don't want the thick piece of rope. So I take the nautical rope and I cut it down to size, and I'm going to wrap it around the vase just in between the black and the clear that's left. Once it was done, I just stuck some greenery down inside, and I think it came out super cute. This one was really easy to make, and you could really add any kind of greenery or flowers inside of it to match your home decor. So for this next DIY, I take two of the two-tone vases from the Dollar Tree and some of the glue, and I'm going to glue them together bottom to bottom. I find that there's more area for the glue to adhere, and if you try to do the little tiny edges of the rim of the vase, they don't really stick together very well, and they're not as sturdy. So I glue them together, I let them dry, and then I'm going to take them outside and use that same flat black spray paint that I used for the other DIY and give it a really good coat. After I let it dry for a couple hours, I'm going to take it back inside, use that same nautical rope that I used for the previous DIY, and I'm going to wrap around the crease or seam or whatever you want to call it of the two vases that are glued together. After it's wrapped around, I tie a knot in the front and just kind of fray apart the end pieces of the rope. Put a piece of greenery in the top, again, of your choice, and here it is. So for the next DIY, super easy. I take one of the home signs from the fall collection, I take the back out of it, and I'm going to take some of that white faux leather rolls that they had out. I haven't seen them in a while, but I think that they still carry them. And I cut a piece just to size to cover up the back of the sign. After it's cut down to size, I use some tacky crafting glue and just glue that faux leather to the back of the sign. Next, I'm going to take some antique wax and I'm going to go around the edges and make the edges of the frame a little bit darker. After the wax dries, I go back with some black paint and go over the home part of the sign and just touch it up. It was kind of faded and I just wanted to make the black a little bit darker. Once all of that's finished, I just use my hot glue gun, hot glue the back to the back of the sign once again, and put it all together, and it is finished, and I love the way it turned out. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. For the last DIY, I'm going to use 3 of the little wooden crates that have hangers on them. I take all the stickers off, remove the handles or hangers from each one, and I'm going to glue them together using wood glue. So I decided to actually only glue 2 together so that I would have one that was a little bit higher than the other in the end, because I'm going to use them for either a planter or a candle holder, and at this point I wasn't really sure what I was going to do with them yet. After I let the glue dry, I go ahead and I use that dark walnut stain, and I'm going to stain both inside and out of all of the crates. once the stain was dry, I was going to go ahead and just use them as is, but I didn't like how plain they were. So I added a strip of antique white, or no, I apologize, vintage white paint to the front of both of the holders, and added a piece of jute around the largest one just to give it a little bit, or actually just to help it break it up a little bit. It looked really plain before I did this, but I'm actually happy the way it came out at the end. I hope you guys are too. Let me know what you guys think. I just want to say thanks again for stopping by. I really appreciate it. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. I've got some good things coming up, including some Valentine's decor, and I can't wait for you guys to see them.